Sister Slay. What? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Janie Cakes here. So hello to all 31 of my subscribers. Let's hope we can get that just a little bit higher, you know, add some zeros. Today is a very special video because I am trying out a very hyped and very much worth the hype palette from one of our favorite YouTubers, Sister James Charles. So let's see how much I can sister slay with this freaking palette. Today I kind of let my fiance pick my makeup. I told him to pick a couple colors that resonated with him. He picked a couple and this is what we came out with. It should be known that we are retired ravers and he is known to dress like a unicorn every once in a while. So go figure that my makeup look looks a little bit like a My Little Pony.
Unleash your inner artist.
Huh? Was that creepy and ASMR enough for y'all? Huh? So I had David, my lovely fiance, pick out a couple colors that spoke to him, and being the sweetheart that he is, he did pick two, and he actually picked very well. He went with, let's see if I can remember, the names. That's upside down. Yes, he went with Hello and Artistry. I was kind of thinking of doing something in lieu of my name, Janie Cakes. I don't know if I've actually explained this to you guys before yet, but there's kind of a double meaning behind the name Janie Cakes. One being cake face, as in your girl wears a lot of freaking makeup on her face, because I do. But also I used to be a cake decorator, so I thought it was just kind of funny and a nice play on words for, you know, caking your face and making the cakes. Sorry, I'm listening to Ariana Grande right now and it puts me in some type of mood. Better. So anyways, I've already highlighted and done my brows and everything else on my face. And as you can see, I went a little overboard with my highlight. I used today another new palette that I'm pretty excited about. And I thank David for this one as well. We went into Sephora because I needed foundation and a beauty blender. So essentials. And of course, you know, I see everything and I have to go look at everything because I'm all squirrely. And I found this baby. This is the Kat Von D Highlight and Blush Palette Fetish. It has a beautiful mirror and then these amazing shades. So here we go. I had a friend of mine suggest, Megan, that's you, that I request, I don't know, a little bit of both, that I explain why I'm using what brushes and what they're used for. So I'm gonna go in with this Luxie 249 brush. It is a double-sided brush and this side is more of, I use it more for packing shades on, but when I want to like pack and blend at the same time. But I'm going to go in with the blending side. It's just a typical fluffy blending brush. I always start with these so that you can create a nice transition. And for that transition, I think I'm going to start with this really light pink up here. I'm going to try to actually tell you the names as I do them. This is Pinkity Drinkity. So I'm taking Pinkity Drinkity and I am blending it into where I had already placed my highlight earlier. Let me zoom y'all in, not out. Okay. So anyways, we're going to use Pinkity Drinkity all up on the brow bone. And I gotta say, this color is actually giving more payoff than I had really expected for as light as it is. And I'm just going to kind of create this pink base all the way up on my brow bone, really keeping it above my crease. Because we're going to get a darker color into the crease. Purple down here, which is really speaking to me, and it is called Single. Ironic, because I'm the opposite of single. I've actually been in a relationship for about 7 years now. Anywho, so we're blending Single, kind of where we just put Pinkity Drinkity, but bringing it a little lower and not going quite as high with it either. Might have gone a little higher than I wanted to. So what I'm actually going to do is show you what I would use the other end of this brush for. This is very frustrating. Is that better? So now I'm going to take the other side of the Luxie 249 brush and I'm going to get Pinkity Drinkity back on that. And I'm going to kind of clean up where I put too much purple. Just blending Pinkity Drinkity down. Because I really didn't want it to be that dark up that high. Especially if you're watching and you have more of like a hooded eye, you really don't want to go this high with the color. But I do have a lot of space here, so I have a tendency to go all the way up. I'm going to go right up on top of Single to Love That. And this is a really pretty like pinky purple shade. Ooh. this one. And I'm gonna take that on the same blending side of the 249, and we're gonna kind of, I almost think of this as like scrubbing, because you're really just doing circular blending motions on the outer corner. I always like to dust everything out to make sure everything's blended as I go along. In my opinion, blending is the most important skill that you could ever learn when doing makeup. You don't need to know how to contour, bake, set, do your eyebrows, anything, as long as you can have blended eyeshadow. There's nothing that bothers me more than not blended eyeshadow. So now I think I've done enough of the pinks and the purples, and I'm going to go into this blue that has been speaking to me, and I believe it's called Brother. Yes, we're going to go into Brother, and it is this beautiful, like a dark periwinkle almost. And with that, I'm going to start carving out my crease. More in the middle. You can see what I'm doing here. And this is on that same blending side of the 249 brush. Okay, and I'm just washing those all together. It's funny because when I do my makeup, I'll end up using like 7 different colors, but I blend them all into one kind of different color. So it usually looks like I only used 1 shade, but I really used like 7 to accomplish that look. I'm just going to keep going through with that brush. I haven't put any more product on it, but I'm just really blending these all together into that dreamy purple smoke that we've got going on. Now, sticking with blues, I think I'm going to go right on over to Playground, which is like a really pretty aqua blue. That's this one right here. This is my BH Cosmetics number 5, and this is basically the same thing but just a little bit smaller, and this will help us get a little more precise as I start to really carve out my crease. So I'm going to go in with that blue Playground, and since these are so pigmented, I would recommend blowing off your brush after each tap, honestly. So I'm going to go in with Playground, and I'm just going to start defining the inner corner with this. I was originally going for like a cupcake themed look, but this is honestly starting to remind me more of cotton candy. I've been obsessed with Ariana Grande's Sweetener album, and you might hear it playing in the background a little bit. I've literally been listening to this album on repeat. So now I think I'm gonna go in with Cola, which is this like really dark blue down here on that same 5 from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to darken up right in here. And now I want to go back into purple. I'm going to use this purple that everybody's been raving about. It's called Escape. And it is just this beautiful dark matte purple. And then with that, we're going to carve the outer. I will say this look is kind of getting a little out of control. I'm not super surprised because this is the Sister Slay Zone, you know what I'm saying? So I want to go back and I want to like clean up what's going on up here. You see how we've gotten kind of muddy from mixing all the blues and purples and pinks. I went a little overboard. This is typical for me. So now we're going to go in with this brush that I've used a couple times from SL Miss Glam. And it is the N15 eyeshadow brush. I got this in my Ipsy bag as well a long time ago, and it came with these cute little rhinestones. I don't know if you can see, there they are. So I'm going to take that brush with Pinkity Drinkity again. And we're going to kind of do the same thing that we did earlier, where I'm going to clean it up and bring a little bit more Pinkity Drinkity back into action. So we'll just get in there. Raise your eyebrows as much as you can and start blending down with Pinkity Drinkity. This brush, I'm not really sure exactly what it's intended for, but it works well for me to kind of fit into narrow spaces without being too precise, so I can still use it to blend. Now I'm going to cut the crease, and I think we're going to do a spotlight cut crease. flat end of it. So any brush that's flat like this will work. A concealer brush is usually best, but I don't have one. Someone tell Santa that I need some eyeshadow brushes. And now I'm going to start in the center to stamp that, since this will be a spotlight. And get it up to where my crease is. Okay, now this is when we're going to go in with the colors that we were originally inspired by, which I believe was Hello and Artistry. So I'm going to start with Hello, which is the light blue shade that I showed you in the beginning, and I'm going to pack that all over this area, focusing it mostly in the middle and not spreading it out too much, because we're going to want a little bit of a darker shade on the outer edges. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Oh my god, James. He did that. He really freaking did that. Now we're going in with Artistry, and I'm going to tap that along the outer edges of what I just did with that blue. Now, I'm going to go in with my finger and kind of try to like blend these two together. Sometimes just the heat of your fingers is enough to blend everything out. You see how much better that side looks? Just after that little bit of finger blending. Finger blend, y'all. Finger blend. Let's coin that right now. Hashtag finger blend. Mine. Alright. I would like to go in. We're going to use this Vasanti Contour Eyeshadow 4. Now this is another of those just fluffy blending brushes, but this one is really skinny and it has a nice tapered point. So I'm going to go in with the blue that we used earlier called Playground. It's that really bright aqua blue just onto the tip of this brush, and I'm going to try to revamp this area here. Ooh. And then I'm going to go in with the purple that we used earlier and do the same thing on this side. Beautiful. And now I just want to revamp my spot eye. So with my finger I'm tapping on more of Hello right into the very, very, very center. And perhaps a little bit more Artistry, and we're taking this one onto our finger too, and we're just putting that right on either side of where we just reapplied the Hello. Alright, so now to make this look a lot less crazy, we need to do something underneath the eyes. But I think this is where I want to get kind of creative. So I'm going to use this beautiful Skip. Yep. So onto a smudger brush, and I use my favorite from Loyal and Langkigel. I hate saying it. I'm going to use the smudge brush over here to just get that pink Skip right onto the lower lash line. We're going to go a single and blend that into Skip and up into the Escape that we have on the outer edges. Lovely. Ooh. Alright, now I think we're going to go in with some liner, mascara, lashes. I might touch up my highlight a little bit, and then we're done. And I just want to say that this palette is freaking amazing, and I look forward to creating new looks in the future. Maybe not so blue and pink and purple inspired, since I have done this so many other times with other palettes. So leave a comment down below if you can think of something that you'd like to see me create with this palette, and I would be happy to make your dreams come true. It was a little dramatic. Welcome to my life. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about me if you want to give them a good laugh. So, go ahead and